I love Michael J. Fox. Like, seriously, Back to the Future is a top 5, top 3 favorite movie of all time for me. I'm wearing the shirt, obviously. It's in the intro that you're about to watch. I want to review Back to the Future, especially after watching this movie today. Like, seriously, Michael J. Fox is one of those people, I just smile when I see him. And so to watch this movie today, it definitely hit a chord, and I definitely recommend this movie for anyone that loves Michael J. Fox.
Here's Johnny. My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Expecto Patronum!
Still, a Michael J. Fox movie follows the life of a beloved actor and advocate, Michael J. Fox, exploring his personal and professional triumphs and travels, what happens when an incurable optimist confronts an incurable disease. So let me go ahead and be upfront. I am not the biggest documentary watcher. Now, if people talk about it enough and it's really popular, I'll probably seek it out and try to watch it, but documentaries are never my go-to. And last time I reviewed a documentary movie, it might have been Michael Jackson's Neverland movie. Like, that's the last time I can think of one. Like, literally, I am not a big documentary watcher. But when I heard they were doing a Michael J. Fox documentary about his life, and obviously the biggest thing about him being in Back to the Future, being in these big movies in the 80s and 90s, he is an Emmy winner for crying out loud, Parkinson's. He got it young, and it was a huge deal, and apparently my mom said back then when they heard that news, it was kind of devastating, but then again, he still worked, and this movie shows the entire life of Michael J. Fox, and like I said in the intro, if you're a fan of him, or if you're just a fan of movies in general, I recommend this one. I really do. And the best thing about this movie, besides it being 90 minutes, it always gives you optimism of, like, he's happy. But obviously when it gets to the disease part, when it hits him in life, because the movie does start showing his life. It shows him, he does an interview, whatever, and then it shows a bunch of old videotapes and flashbacks and everything. They do a little thing with like a lot of documentaries and murder mysteries. They reenact certain shots or whatever. That stuff was shot well. I've never liked that stuff. That's my only gripe in this movie. But again, watching this movie, I was just interested. Because, again, I'm a huge Michael J. Fox fan of his movies. I would never put him in my top 10 personal favorite actors, but I love seeing him. Like, it's a weird thing. I love him. I love Back to the Future. I love him in that movie. I love him in Teen Wolf. I love him in that freaking underrated movie that freaking Peter Jackson directed. I cannot remember the name of it right now, but obviously he's been known in a lot of stuff, and obviously an Emmy Award winning for comedy and actor for the show he did. I cannot remember the name of it right now. Again, I am so sorry. I am not prepared in this review. But the thing about this documentary, it goes into his life. It goes into what his life was affected by when this thing happened. But it does show how he got into movies, how he got into the big movies that you know. But the thing is, when it's interviewing him in present day, when he's talking to the camera, and you're looking at him, and the title of this movie being Still, and that word and what the metaphor is doing about his life, it is so beautifully told in this movie, and the editing is so damn good. And it's funny, it's tear-jerking, and it's just interesting. And again, I am not a big documentary watcher, so I could be saying the wrong things, I'm not sure. Just from my personal being, watching a 90-minute documentary movie, I was never bored, I was entertained, I was interested, and I learned stuff about Michael J. Fox. And after watching this movie, I sat there and I said, just be happy for where you are now, and be happy with the people around you, and just know it could be a lot worse. So be thankful every day that you wake up and you are breathing and having a good life. Some of us out there can't be that way, and in this movie it talks about that, but the big time star is still a human being, and he's going through a lot, and this movie goes really into that, and I thought it was just impactful, and it really hit me. It's getting me a little bit right now. It's just, I really enjoyed watching this movie, and I can definitely recommend it. If anyone has Apple TV, please give this movie a shot. I will give Still, a Michael J. Fox movie, an A. I will admit, I do not know the next time I will watch this movie. I might try to get my parents to watch it tomorrow or some chance, because this it's interesting. They like Michael J. Fox. They grew up with him, obviously. They know him more than me watching him on the big screen back then. But again, it's a person that just loves Back to the Future, loves a lot of his movies. He's been in a lot of movies too. It's not just Back to the Future. Again, Stuart Little. I love him, Stuart Little. But yeah. So yeah, I would recommend it. Again, I really need to review Back to the Future now. Like, would you guys want me to do that? Like, I know it's kind of just out of the blue, but comment down below. Do you want me to review Back to the Future? I'll do the whole trilogy too. I mean, let me know. And if you guys enjoyed this movie review, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.